Engineer Ramesh Kumar Chugh for his lecture. His lecture is on dairy engineering and milk handling skills. I welcome Dr. Engineer Ramesh Kumar Chugh. Chugh sir, can you hear me? Chugh sir, can you hear me?
उनको अनम्यूट करना पड़ेगा, जहां से कर दो who is
हाँ जी
there?
Dr. Gurpreet, can you please unmute Chugh ji? I think he can do it.
I am doing from my side, but it is not working. He has to unmute himself. It's not working from my side.
Oh, okay. Chugh sir, can you unmute yourself so that we can hear you? Chugh ji, can you unmute? I think he's trying to unmute himself. It will take a minute. I think he'll take a minute to unmute himself.
Yes.
Hello.
Now.
Anji sir, welcome sir. We can hear you now. We can hear you. Welcome again. We are waiting for your lecture on dairy engineering and milk handling skills.
Okay, thank you very much, Gopika. So first of all, my greetings to Inderjit Singh, who has covered his topic very well, and he's a great personality, and at the same time, he's very sober also. So my thanks to Dr. Aman for inviting me for this seminar, and to Gopika Talwar for coordinating, Gurveer Singh and Gursham Singh. So let's come to the topic. I will like to share my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, it is visible. Yes.
Okay. So this basically this webinar is for the dairy graduate, and I will try to focus it on the engineering skills. So before going to it, so I would like to give a overview of the dairying in India, so that our students can know the quantum of the dairy, or its importance, or its key areas. As all I think know that India is at the top of the table as far as milk production is concerned. As per figures of 2019, it is 188 million ton, and it is increasing at the rate of 6.5%, and next year it will just touch 200 million. and it is 22% of the global production of the milk. So it itself is a privilege that India is producing 22%, more than 1/5 of the total milk production of the world. Second encouraging point is GDP. Dairy is contributing more than 7 lakhs crores to the Indian GDP. And it is almost 26% of the GDP contributed by agriculture. So as far as India is concerned, then also dairy has a great position. But only point is that in spite of contributing 26% and producing 188 million tons, dairy is not being given its due position. By due position, I mean the investments are not coming so much as it should be. And if you transfer these figures on daily basis, so it is almost 51.5 crores liters of milk which daily India is being produced. And 30% of it is consumed by the producers themselves, which comes to 15.45 crores. And 70% of it is available, surplus available for the market, which is 36.05 crore. So we have to work on this 36 crores of liters of milk per day. From this, only 40% is handled by the organized sector. That means professionally, still we are at a position that 14 crores milk is being handled in the plants. Rest 22 crores are still in the hands of alwais, vendors, dudhiyas, contractors, restaurants. So we don't have any control on 22 crores of milk. So first challenge is, if we have to improve or develop the dairy industry as a whole, so we have to convert this figure. If we cannot cover 100%, so at least we should reach near it. Among organized sector, there are two major players, cooperatives and private players. So they are handling almost 50% each. That is from 14 crores, almost 7.2 crores by cooperatives and 7.2 crores by the private players. So they are in tough competition. So it is a better, as far as for development, a healthy competition will grow the industry. So among the cooperatives, if we see, Amul is the major player. From 7.2 crores, only one cooperative is handling 2.5 crores of milk. There are 22 cooperative federations in India and lot of private cooperatives in some of the states like Maharashtra and other states are working. That means the cooperatives, other than Amul, has to work more harder to play their role. Annual milk production growth rate is 6.5%, whereas annual population growth rate is 1%. That means in future, the milk availability per capita is going to increase manifold. That means India will be a surplus in milk. If we have to sustain dairy business and to give the farmers a good price, there is no alternative other than exporting the milk. So we have to prepare ourselves that the surplus milk is exported, and once we start exporting it, a lot of revenue will be generated, and that can be used as an investment for development of the dairy industry. I am sure to say this thing, that the development rate will increase very fast as we will export the milk. So let's come to the engineering skills. I will focus on plant level only, because Inderjit Singh has covered a lot on farm level. So in a milk plant, we have the engineering section can be divided into two sections. One is utility section and other is the processing section. So generally utility section is also further divided into the 6 major section: electric section, refrigeration, boiler, water, air, and ETP section. These all the sections are providing service to the processing section, and the major role of cost cutting as far as processing cost is lies in the hands of these utility people. So what skill our students will be required if they have to handle utilities? Presently, as per my experience, when I joined the industry, so we were lacking very much in engineering skills, and same the case with the other dairy graduate. Some are lucky to get the exposure and get themselves updated, but most of the dairy graduate, I feel that engineering skills are lacking, and it should be a focused area for the institute, Dairy Science College, to equip them with these skills. So first, they should have the ability to select the size and capacity of the machinery. Suppose if we take example of electrical section, they should know that which type of connection they need for that, whether they need HT connection or whether they need LT connection, or up to which kVA LT is admissible and up to which HT is admissible. What are the advantage of HT connection? What are the advantage of LT connection? Similarly, if you see the refrigeration section, you should be able to know that what will be my electrical load of that refrigeration section and what tonnage of refrigeration I should install. For calculating that, he should know the utility requirement of each and every machinery being used in the processing section. Similar is case with the boiler section. He is required to identify what tonnage of the boiler is required, which type of boiler is required, whether it is husk for coal, wood, biogas, or bagasse, which will be cheaper for them, whether vertical, horizontal. So that ability he should have. Similar is the water. So he should be aware of the requirement of the water, what will be the, and what will be the source, and what will be the quality, what are the legal formalities for drying water from the soil. You have to pay cess. Similarly, for boiler, he should know IBR rules, whether boiler is to be IBR or non-IBR, what is the limit of the IBR, what pressure is required. Similarly, the air, which compressor he has to use, and the ETP plant. Generally, I have seen the size of the ETP plant in any dairy is either over or it is under. Most of the time, the pollution board give notices. So all these skills are required by the students. Then the second skill, they should be able to understand the proper installation and operation of the machinery. Unless until they know that what safety has to be kept, what are the legal requirements, so they will not be able to do justice with the job. Then is the maintenance schedule. Because the processing section is to run for 24 hours. Any breakdown, any producing hours lost will be adding cost to the processing. So he should decide whether he has to go for breakdown maintenance or either preventive maintenance, or today it is a predictive maintenance period. So they should be well. Similarly, he should be able to calculate the cost of utilities per liter of milk handled. He should able to know that how much my electricity bill is costing per liter of the milk handled, how much fuel I am using, and how I can reduce it. Similarly, the legal requirements. He should know that what are the norms of the air pollution discharged by the boiler or generators, what will be the height of the chimney of the boiler, and what can be the height of the chimney of the generator set. What will be the BOD allowed for effluent discharge, what will be COD, what will be fat and grease. And similarly, sound pollution is also becoming now active. Earlier, nobody was concerned with the sound pollution. There also norms are there. So he has to see. And this skill required modular expansion, because dairy processing working hours increases or decreases in flush and lean season. So generally what I have seen, the machinery keep on going. Suppose in electrical section, you have to fix MDI. Nobody bothers that this higher fixing of higher MDI is costing us. That selection or fixing of MDI should be such that minimum charges are less, and at the same time you are not exceeding the same also. Similar is the case with refrigeration section. All the compressors keep on running, whether there is load or not. Similar is boiler. Even a small instrument, small equipment is running. The full boiler, full capacity is running. So you have to have a modular planning, so that as per load, you can run your utilities so that cost is optimized and minimized. if you go to the processing plants, utility section is almost same for any type of a milk plant. These 6 utilities will be required. But the machinery of the processing will differ as the type of the plant. So mostly we have a liquid milk plants in which we fill the milk in pouches and sell it. If the fat is more, you can convert into ghee, and if it is less, you can reconstitute it. Then comes the multi-product plants, where you have all the fat handling products, as well as the evaporator and dryer, indigenous products, fermented products, all products in a one factory. So accordingly, your sections will be. Then there are a trend of single product plant, that people go for only cheese plant, people go for ice cream plant only, people go for lactose plant, casein plant. So there is only a UST plant, that is a long life products. So the skills required will be as per the machinery. So I have listed the major processing equipments which are used in almost all type of plants. First is the chilling. For chilling applications, we use milk chiller, cream chillers. Generally, they are plate type chillers in dairy industry used, because they are efficient and easy to operate and easy to clean also. Similar cases with the cream pasteurizer, whether it is being used for milk or either it is being used for cream pasteurizers. Only the regeneration efficiency matters in pasteurizers. The regeneration efficiency is increasing. Initially, we used to have 85% regeneration capacity in pasteurizers. Then it was increased to 90. Now people are offering 93% regeneration efficiency. That means whatever input, heat input is required to heat the milk from 4 degree to 72 pasteurizing temperature. So 90% of that energy is regenerated by the outgoing milk, transferring its energy to the incoming milk. Then the third major equipment is being used is the dry process machine, we say. Some people use it as a clarifier, some use it as a cream separator and clarifier both. It can standardize your milk to the required fat. It can totally clarify your milk. It can convert into cream and skim milk. And this machine is attached to the pasteurizer. Generally, after regeneration 1, you attach this machine, and then after separation or clarification, the milk comes back to the pasteurizer. Then is a homogenizer. The purpose of homogenizer is basically to reduce the size of the fat globules so that cream plug does not come at the top. So it is also being used along with the pasteurizer in line. After regeneration 2nd, these are connected to homogenizer and the milk comes back to the pasteurizer for pasteurization. Then are butter and ghee handling equipments. Either you use butter churn or continuous butter making machine for butter manufacture, and then it is converted into ghee by butter melting vat, pre-stratification vat, ghee boilers, ghee settling tanks, ghee storage tanks, and finally ghee filling tanks. In case of you have to make powder, then a separate section of evaporator and dryer is there, where your concentrate milk up to 45% in evaporator and up to 2.5% moisture in dryer. The cost of evaporation per liter of milk per liter of water in evaporator is much less as compared to dryer. Further, this number of effects also counts. Now in evaporator, the 5-stage evaporator, they use only 0.12 kg of steam per kg of water evaporation. Then we have indigenous product manufacturing equipments for manufacturing paneer, manufacturing lassi, dahi, chach, khoa, and all type of sweets if I have. In flush we have more milk, and lean season we have less milk. So we convert that extra surplus milk into powder and butter and reconstitute in the lean season. For that we require the reconstitution equipments. Then one more category is the storage tanks. All type of these products are stored in storage tanks as per requirement of temperature so that its quality is not deteriorated. Then is a packaging machinery. Now lot of, I should say, everything is being packed, and cost of packing material and packaging machine are enormous. So we have to have a good knowledge so that we select a proper packaging machine and wastages are minimum to that. And then for maintaining hygienic condition and cleaning requirements, a CIP, central CIP system is a must for a dairy if you have to maintain the quality of the milk. So these are the equipments, and what skills we will require for that. First skill is that these machines should be operated at the rated capacity. Nobody bothers what is the rated capacity of the equipment, but it should run only and their purpose is sold. Not only rated capacity, it should be run at the rated efficiency also. Suppose I pasteurize, I say the 93% efficiency. Nobody bothers at what efficiency it is running, because they don't have a skill even to analyze and measure it at what capacity my pasteurizer is running. So these are the two major skills, rated capacity and rated efficiency. Then is every equipment is made to run for a particular time before giving it a CIP cleaning. Suppose for a pasteurizer, we recommend after 4 hours or 5 hours, the CIP is required. Otherwise, its efficiency will decrease. So one should be skilled enough to find out that my equipment is giving same efficiency for rated hours, or I am required to do cleaning before, or I am running it without cleaning it at low efficiency. The other skill is that we have to prevent reprocessing of any product. But every plant is not bothered. If the quality is bad, reprocess it. If quality is not meeting standards, reprocess it. But lot of energy, time, labor is used for that, which adds to the cost. So our skill should be that reprocessing I have to make it as a nil. Then is a question of leakage. If you go any plant, most of the plant, you will find some leakage, small leakage, big leakage, whether it is a steam leakage, whether it is a air leakage, whether it is a water leakage, whether it is a oil leakage, whether it is a product leakage. Even I should say, if you even plug your leakages, 10% savings can be done. Then is fat and SNF losses, which is a main costly item. So generally, these recoveries, that the total fat intake and the total fat going out, they don't meet the standards. Of course, 1% fat is allowed, SNF, fat and SNF. Even in 1%, that is generally cost of this milk, 1% cost of the milk. If you are taking our total GDP, 7 lakh crores, 1% of that is allowed as fat and SNF losses. So how much it is? Approximately 70,000 crores we are allowing to go as a fat and SNF losses. But actually it is happening more than that. So we have to have a skill. Then similar is the case with the packing material wastages. Nobody counts how much packaging material has come and how much it has been wasted. This also should not be more than 1%. Even 1%, if you count, that also makes a lot of money. But people are not bothered. They are not conscious. They are not skilled. And then is the adhere to the legal standards. So we should have a knowledge of all the standards of our milk products and all the latest packaging laws, adulteration laws. Otherwise, it creates a problem. If sample is caught, then we have to come out of it by doing all type of tricks. We should have an eye on our hygienic standards. We should set our hygienic standards ourselves. But you will find to push up the things when there is a need. Otherwise, it is the same case as happening in our houses. Then is the modular installation for capacity enhancement with minimum time. In flush and lean season, again our load is different. So we have a modular capacity so that if we have more running, then we can run both the equipments, otherwise one. If load is come, we have to run 2 shifts instead of 3 shifts. It will save a lot of. But in lean also, I have seen all 3 shifts working. If you calculate on the basis of capacity, it is a 8-hour running should be there, but we extend it to 24 hours. So these are all the skills which basically. So here I have some efficiency norms in dairy operations. These are just guidelines, but best course of action is the technical people should fix their efficiency norms as per their machinery rating and as per their plants. If you see the cost of milk collection and transportation, that is a major cost. This is based on some study made by NDRI Bangalore. So it varies between 14 paisa to 1.30 paisa. Some difference is due to seasonal change. When lean season is there, your total procurement decreases, but expenses remain same. So your per liter expenses increases. You can say 0.14 to 1.3. Second reason, if you are procuring milk directly to the plant, then you have to incur only the chilling losses, chilling expenses from village level to then assembly level, then collection centers, then chilling centers, then to plant. So these all adds to the cost. So you have to optimize your milk procurement expenses by rerouting, by using your judgment. Then is the labor cost. Similar cake is the labor cost is also varies from 23 paisa to 2 rupees 30 paisa. Some is due to seasonal and regional. Similarly, energy cost 9 paisa to 160 paisa. Water consumed 1.3 times to 4 times. And now people are aiming to make this ratio 1 to 1 or completely recycled our water. Zero discharge. Because we are not only incurring expenses on drying water from the soil, but we are paying cess also to the government for taking out water from the soil. So it is a twofold. Then is the cost of milk distribution. That also varies 0.14 to 2.50. So these are the so much in the hand of the skilled people, that how much cost he can reduce for his plant for using his skills. Similarly, fat as enough losses, 1% cost of milk. For packing also, I want to give an idea. If you have to pack 1 liter of milk in pouch, it is almost 66 paisa. And if you pack the milk in Tetra pack, 1 liter, it is 5 rupees and 40 paisa. Similar, if you are packing dahi in pouch, it is 70 paisa. But if you have to pack dahi in cups or matkas, it is rupees 5. So you can see how much flexibility and scope is there to acquire the skills and then use it and then give result. Then comes on entrepreneurship areas. Actually, our entrepreneurship is not only limited to putting up a plant or procurement area or marketing area. There are a lot of other areas open to us where we can work also and start as an entrepreneur also. Project planning is one of them. Dairy farming and management, breeding, feeding and nutrition, healthcare, food safety and standards, plant management and technology, research and development, teaching and training, energy auditing, ingredient supplier, culture supplier, packing material supplier, equipment supplier, and a new opportunity is coming as a custom packer for third party. If an entrepreneur does not have a capital investment but is good in marketing, he can get its any product as per his specifications from the packers available there. Mother Dairy is doing the same thing, Britannia is doing, Reliance was doing. So this is the latest trend, and this will be a future trend. As the bigger the plant, the scale of economy is more. So the people should put up bigger plants and pack for the many third party peoples so that it is beneficial to both. Then lastly is my recommendations to this. Our main skill has to be used for reducing the cost. And if the skills are used properly, 10 to 20% is a guaranteed reduction in the cost. And second criteria one should keep, that if employer is paying me a 20 lakh package, so I should contribute in saving of at least 10 times of that. This is a trend in the private sector also. When you employ a technical man or MBA management man, the employer wants to get saving out contribution from him 10 times whatever he is paying to that. So similar should be aim of the employee also. Quality has to be constantly improved. As Inderjit Singh also told, that if you have to export, quality has to be international standards. And what should be aim? Aim should be that we should not allow the quality to deteriorate. We should maintain as close to the original milk coming out of the udder. That should be our focus. Then similar is the wastage. I have explained it in detail. And best utilization of resources, that also I have explained. And then my recommendation is that faculty and students should be given on job exposure. The trend should be a contract type of job exposure. That a team of faculty and students should take up a contract with a plant. That I will manage your plant or give saving to this much amount. And this will be my time frame. It will be a challenging for both, and both will be win-win position. And the colleges or research institutes should have a regular interaction with the industry, not only with the milk plants, but all the areas which I listed in entrepreneurs, whether it is a culture supplier, whether it is an ingredient supplier, whether it is an equipment manufacturer. Only those skills can be developed in the students if you interact with all, not only milk industry only, that is milk plants. So I thank you very much once again to my co-speaker, Inderjit Singh, Dr. Amandeep, Dr. Gopika Telwar, and Gurbir Singh, and other. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chugh, for a very vast exposure and talk on various engineering skills. I really liked your idea of where faculty and students should together take up a plant and see what the exposure is there. Have is you mentioned the indigenous milk products. There's a lot of scope, but sometimes I feel we lack the mechanization in our indigenous milk products. Is that so? Is there a lack of mechanization? That is why we are not able to export that much?
No, I should say like this. Now mechanization of paneer is there, khoa is there, every product, even rasgulla, gulab jamun, every sweet is there. But it does not work economically for a small scale production, processing.
That is what
So
I
the same
feel.
question here also applies. These packaging machines and this online production mechanization is so costly that a small entrepreneur or a small capacity, it is not feasible.
Chugh, do you think the university or college or engineering aspects of this indigenous milk product should be taken up, and we should build some small scale, cottage scale machinery for different products so that a marginal or small entrepreneur can take up the production of these products? Do you think that is a feasible option?
That is very much feasible, and there are many manufacturers who are making small machines, modular machines. Suppose you want khoa machines, you want paneer making machines, you want dahi making machine. There is a one complete, if you want to make 100 liters of dahi, so one machine works as a incubator also and a chilling also, fridge also. So these types of machines are available also, and one has to look for that and modify them as per their needs.
Oh, thank you, Chugh. There is one more question from the student, that what type of basic steps are there to increase the hygiene in dairy industry in India? That's by one of our students. What steps can be taken to increase the hygiene in the dairy industry?
See, there are two types of, one is the cleaning, which is the processing of the equipments. That is a centralized CIP system is the best way. And in CIP system also, there are automation available, that if you run a CIP circuit, it can be one circuit, two circuit CIP, and then its timing is also fixed, that first you run caustic for 20-25 minutes, then automatically it will be turning to acid, then caustic, then flushing. And similarly for that surrounding hygienic or inside the factory premises, that is a totally common sense. As you maintain hygienic condition in your houses or in your kitchens, same is the way they are out. As you see the example of gurdwaras, how they are maintaining hygienic conditions, because the entrance, they wash all your feet, then cover your head. So I found a hygienic condition better in gurdwaras than in our milk plants. So that is a man's determination as well as common sense.
Yes, Chugh. One last question, Chugh, that I want to ask is, we talk about packaging in dairy industry. What I see is we mostly, if we go for economical packaging, it is the plastic that we are using.
Yeah.
Do you see in dairy industry evolving other than plastic for small packaging like pouches and because at some level maybe we'll have to reduce the use of plastics?
That's true, Gopika. But what I have seen, the face is changing. We have changed from bottles to pouches. Now we again want to go back to bottles. So it will be all the works done for the last 30 years. So that decision should have been taken at that time. Now I think seeing the trend and the convenience people wants, so it will be a difficult proposition to go back to the other than plastic. Only thing, my point is that packaging cost is becoming costlier than the cost of the product. For example, in case of sterilized flavored milk in bottles, the cost of milk is much lesser if you count the total cost of the packaging, bottle, crown, primary packing, secondary packing, that comes to more. Similarly, Tetra Pak, cost of packaging is increasing more than the cost of the product itself. That is a attention required, and that needs to be reduced. And second attention is that the nutrients reaching after packing to the consumers are not the same as we find in the original milk coming out of the udder. So best way is to consume the milk at the source itself, but seeing the trend and our lifestyle, that's not possible. Any more questions? Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Thank you. Well, session for the students. I would now request, Chugh ji, there are no, sure you are benefited, students are benefited from your lecture. I now request Engineer Gurusharan Singh. There is one more question. Can I have one more question?
Sure. You can have as many as you want. No problem.
Thank you so much, sir. The question is, as the taste and flavor are important in traditional products for their sale, but organized sector products are lacking behind in this than the private sweet shops, then how can we overcome this problem?
Actually, what I understand, the taste difference between halwais and organized sector, that is raw material itself. Halwais are taking milk as per requirement of the product itself. If they are making paneer out of it, they will source it like that. If we are making ghee out of it, they will source it like that. If they want to make it khoa out of it, they will source it. The net which I want to convey is, we are mixing all the milk, all the breed's milk, all the A, B, C, D quality of the milk. So that is making a difference. If we have to overcome that, we have to separate out collection of the cow milk, buffalo milk, A grade, B grade, C grade, and use it as per requirement of the product itself. Not same for all products. For example, I say ghee. Ghee, there are three things which matters. One is purity. Second is flavor. And third is the grains. Although nutrition value of all the ghee available in the market, maybe 100 brands, is same if we treat it all are pure. But you will find flavor different for different brand. If you take North ghee, that gives you a good flavor, but you take South or Amul ghee flavor is a flat flavor. You don't get any flavor out of it. But if you take Virka ghee or Vita ghee or Saras ghee, that typical flavor you will find, as you find in rice of Traudi and this area have a special flavor that cooking in your house will get the flavor to your neighbor. So that depends upon the raw material. So unless and until you use the raw material specialized for the product, this flavor difference will bound to come.
Yes, Chugh ji, I agree. With this, we end the session, second session. Now I request Engineer Gurshal Singh to extend the vote of thanks to both our speakers.
Thank you, madam. Good evening to all. It's my privilege that I take this opportunity to propose vote of thanks to those who have directly and indirectly contributed for conduct of this webinar on the topic dairy graduates and milk handling skills. At the outset, I would like to thank the IDP cell, GADVASU, for providing this opportunity and facilitating for conduct of this webinar. I would also like to thank Dr. Indrajit Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor GADVASU, for his motivation and inspiration for the conduct of the webinar. My sincere thanks are due to Dr. S.P.S. Kumar, PI of the IDP cell, Dr. Amneek Verma, Dean College of Dairy Science and Technology, Dr. Amandeep Sharma, Head Department of Dairy Engineering, for their support and guidance. I would like to express my sincere gratitude for today's chief guest and the resource person, Sardar Indrajit Singh, ex-director Punjab Dairy Development Department, and Engineer Ramesh Kumar Chugh, ex-chief general manager, Haryana Dairy Development Corporation Federation Limited, for sparing their valuable time to share their vast experiences and providing valuable guidance to our students. It was such an enlightening and wonderful talk on the milk handling skills for budding dairy graduates. I hope our students will find the webinar very useful in their academics as well as their future career. I would also like to thank Dr. Gopika Talwar, Organizing Secretary of the webinar, Dr. Narendra Kumar, Dr. Gurveer Singh, for making necessary arrangements for the smooth conduct of the webinar. Lastly, I thank all the students for their active participation in successful conduct of the webinar. Our students are always act as a source of inspiration for us for the conduct of such webinars. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, good day.
Thank you, Chugh Sahab. Thank you so
sir.
much.
Thank you so much
For
so much.
delivering such a nice lecture. Thank you, sir. Okay.
So it is my privilege.
Anji, sir.
Thank you, sir.
One request to the participants, please. Ji, sir. Yes. Please, sir.
We expect many more in this series.
Yes, sir. Otherwise, we will hold separately, if not under IDP.
Okay. Good. Nice.
Thank you, sir.
I enjoyed it fully.
We also, sir. Same here. We also. Okay, Gurveer? It's okay now?
Sir, only request to the participants so that they can on their webcams for 2 minutes for the photography session.
Okay. ठीक sir. ਇੰਦਰਜੀਤ ਸਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਕਾਈਂਡਲੀ ਅਗਰ ਹੈ ਆਨਲਾਈਨ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਔਨ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਵੈਬਕੈਮ। ਗੁਰਵੀਰ ਤੂੰ ਔਨ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਕਰ ਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ।
Sir, almost done, sir. Sir, photography session has been done, sir.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Gurveer. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all once again. Thank you all.
Okay.